Hello, Cody. Hello, Taylor. Hello, Peanut. Hello, Facebook. How you doing out there? We're live on TikTok. We're live on Facebook. We're like everywhere.
Everywhere.
What else is everywhere?
Twitter. We're not on there.
X. All that stuff going. Do you do much on Twitter? Or?
No, just lots of lurking, watching.
You're that guy on Facebook too.
I'm a lurker.
You see stuff and you just don't say much.
I'm a lurker.
Yeah, okay. Well, no lurking here tonight. You can't afford to lurk right now. The Sarnia Sting, they're really behind the 8 ball, so to speak, on this right now. And I think it's like still chasing Saginaw and Owen Sound. Not much has changed there, Connor.
No, we're still 7 points behind. Again, the tail of the tape is another powerhouse team coming into the Progressive Otter Tail. Kitchener Rangers at the very top of the Western Conference.
Yeah.
5-point lead on the second place Windsor Spitfires. So just shows how they're cleaning up on this conference and another challenge ahead of us.
Yeah.
Huge
Speaking
one.
of Windsor, Belchez, right? I was just talking to you. He's got a bad shoulder injury. Say that. Injury, and is actually going to require surgery. So he is out indefinitely. It's on their Facebook officially. It's all over Twitter. So. Bummer for Windsor. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't like to see anybody really hurt, so we send our best vibes out to him for a recovery. But bummer time of year to be working all year and then you're out.
Yeah, especially when your team's at the top or the second place in your conference, and you're looking at the top 10 in the draft, and now the NHL teams, even for them, that you got what you could see out of him, and now you're not going to be able to see him perform in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you kind of got to go off what you saw all season. So, yeah, it's tough for everyone around, tough for him. You'd love to see him come back healthy. Not against us, but come back healthy.
Yeah, for sure. Beckham Edwards, you get back in the other day, coming back in here from an injury. And, how were you with his performance?
He's a little quiet, I think. I think he's a little shy. He's probably afraid to get hurt again, I could imagine. It's tough to go against this. Some of these guys are giants. It's just, you get in the boards and you can't do it, but you end up doing it because you're afraid of how you're going to, go into an ankle or go into a shoulder. It's tough, and I think we're just still waiting for him to see the best out of him, and hopefully we get that because we've only got, I think this is our 8th game left.
Yeah, and it's a critical time, obviously, for the Sarnia Sting, but it's a critical time for players on every team because this is the time where the scouts are really making their decisions. Mm-hmm. They have a list. Are you on it or do you get stroked off? And there's no particular order on that list necessarily. It's just like, I was talking to a friend of mine, one of the scouts, and I said, you must have to draw a line somewhere as a scout where you go, it's not just about who they are today, but who can they become? Mm-hmm. Who can they become as a player? Work ethic is great, but you got to have the skills in there too.
Yeah, it's a whole package. You got to look at your character. There's tons of players that have went really high in the draft and never panned out, mainly just because of attitude problems.
Right.
You could have all the talent in the world and be a first overall draft pick if you're not willing to commit your life to the sport and to your team and to getting better every day. You're just not going to make it in the NHL. So especially with this time of year, teams that aren't going to be making the playoffs, you're not going to. This is the last audition you have for your NHL scouts. They're not going to see you in competitive hockey again until September. You might see some summer camp, but it's not the same. It's level of competition and how to evaluate a player's draft stock. So this is it. You've got a little bit of runway, and then you might make it.
And with all of that. And by the way, you got to win a hockey game here tonight. Like, there's just so many things going through the mind of an individual.
And your girlfriend.
And all of it, right? It's...
And you set the bill at parents' out, so you got to clean that up.
Yeah. That's a lot. I know we've talked about it many times over the years, but there's just a lot going on in a young man's head, and then hockey.
It's just a cherry on top to be a semi-professional athlete and perform in front of, adults who are out here to support their team every night, and it's a lot of weight to bear, and to come out and sign autographs and say hi to kids after. That's a whole package.
With a smile.
Yeah, especially after a loss.
Right. Yeah. Sorry we lost, but yes, I'll give you. No, it's tough. But there's, I know we're kind of a broken record, but there's still a chance. It's getting slimmer every time we're here.
Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Right? You're telling me there's a chance. Yes, there is a chance. The points haven't really changed too much.
No.
But every time we're here, that window, that gap, so to say, is closing. You talk about the special teams for the Sarnia Sting. This is the one that's really been, it's a significant way to come ahead and win in these games, but it hasn't been their strength.
No, it's been a problem. I think you see the frustration in Matthew Turcotte. You see him in the post game. I think that was 2 nights ago or two games ago, and
yeah,
it's only had so much to say, right? And you're doing that, and you're battling the refs at the same time. You know, you hear all around the league that there's complaints, and those guys have such a tough job too. They have day jobs as well. This isn't the only thing that's supporting them. They go out and work, and then they're here at night reffing full-blown OHL games. It's you're battling everything. You're battling the power play, the refs, the everything, and it's, you know, yeah, it does sound like a broken record, but there's only so much you can do. You got to leave it all on the line. You don't go out and injure yourself. Don't hurt anybody else. But everything you've got in the tank, it has to come and show out now.
Yeah, we learned a lot about Matthew Turcotte at the last post-game press conference. We'd only really seen him once before at a post-game, Connor, and he was. And I haven't had a chance to meet him outside of that, so I can't really say too much.
Be quiet.
But when he speaks, he seems like he's that straight shooter. He's not sugarcoating anything. And he was honest at the post-game press conference when he said, wasn't happy with our start. Straight out of the gate, and he goes, that seems to be an issue for us. So he's recognizing that, and it obviously ended up affecting the entire game, according to him, right? And he said, so not happy with that. We'll be working on that for sure. Would you agree that they didn't start things off right against 67s?
They almost scored 6 or 7, you know.
Yeah,
it was very close. And yeah, I do agree. We even mentioned that the last time. It's the air on the balloon, you know. You got to get into it early. You have to, it sounds cliche, but you have to get the crowd involved. People are here to see an exciting game, and it only benefits the players more. The louder everyone is, the more excited everyone is. As soon as you go down 2 goals that early, you can just hear the air go out of the balloon, and it's deflating for the fans. It's deflating for the whole bench. Really, it's you want to be as positive as you can, but how can you when you go down 2 goals? Anyone, it's like, how are you going to be smiling after you get smacked in the face a couple times? No, it's not the best. So
that's right. And it became a very, very aggressive game, especially near the end. I think we were going to maybe see another bench brawl at one point, right? We thought, you were hoping anyway. But it was getting pretty wild out there. Not only was it wild on the ice, but bench to bench there seemed like there was an issue as well. And Matthew Turcotte talked about that in postgame, how the coach of the Ottawa 67s kind of came at him. Did you see what he talked about there?
Yeah, I did. Mr. Dave Cameron said that. Yeah, it was interesting.
It's like something from the 70s, and Matthew Turcotte kind of said,
yeah, well, your 6'5" defenseman was attacking our 17-year-old
and he's
player.
like, first of all, I wasn't even around in the 70s to know that.
That was a good quip. I like that. That was a low blow.
I was like, wow, that was a slam and a half for sure, right?
I liked it. It was aggressive. It was amusing, and you know, if we're not going to get a win out of it, then a great post-game clip like that's awesome to see. It did get away. Like I said, you're battling the refs, and it's hard to put a lot of blame on them because it's a whole other day job, but it does get out of hand if they don't nip it in the bud quickly and it's lay the law down and say this is what we're going to accept and this is what we shouldn't. You see how it happens. It spirals very quickly.
No, I after that post game too, I back to Matthew Turcotte for a second. I like the guy's style. You know, the judgment was still out. You know, and then at that one I was like, all right. So he even before he sat down before we started the press conference, he said, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I saw something. What was that all about?" He's like, hang on. And then one of the media asked the question, like, what was going on there, right? And he was just straight up, yeah, he got a pretty good dig in there, though. It was good.
Did you feel that one?
But, you know, like, the intensity is definitely on the ice, but when you see it between 2 coaches on the bench, it feels like there's a whole lot more going on that we're not getting.
Yeah, and you saw multiple.
Like, what would
times.
be the purpose of that? You're winning 5-0.
Right, yeah, it's. I don't know if there is bad blood there. Maybe I know Matthew Turcotte came from another league, so I'm not sure how many times he's crossed paths with Dave Cameron. But maybe it's possible. But that's how Dave Cameron is. He talks about it being like the 70s. He was from the 70s. He knows what it is. He's no stranger to playing that game, and obviously he had something to say about it.
He was there in the 70s.
Yeah. Me neither.
Right, me neither.
I've only seen,
I was born in '69.
I've only seen black and white clips.
Anyway, it was interesting. So, of course, we'll have post-game press conference typically, as always, after the game tonight. But, back to what we were originally saying, like when Turcotte said, like, I didn't like our start, I imagine that's the conversation that's happened between that, Sunday and today and all the practice. And, like, I don't think you're getting a day off here right now. This team has had to be in playoff hockey mode while it's not going all the way they'd like. They're in playoff hockey mode right now.
Every single game, every point, like I said, every point matters. You want to get 2. Getting 1 is nice, but 2 is so important. You've got this 8-game stretch here. You're only 7 points behind Saginaw. Again, looking at their schedule and looking at ours and realizing how much of a mountain it is to climb, but you're telling me there's a chance. It might be 1 in a million. But it's there, and we're going to remain positive.
And one of those is Flint, of course, which we've actually done pretty good against them when they're in our house. And, so maybe that's sitting in the minds of the Sting, too. I mean, obviously, you got to focus on tonight, but there's still that thing as to it's every piece of what's going on right now is all a part of that puzzle that comes down to one defining moment.
Yeah, and talking about the schedule, it feels like we've been here every day. It was Friday night, it was Sunday afternoon, it's Wednesday night, and then again we're going to be back on Friday night. So you heard Turcotte talk about that earlier in the season and how much of a pain in the butt it's been, and you're seeing it now. It's nice to be at home. At least we're not on the road.
Day?
You've got a day off and a little bit in between. You're guaranteed you're going to practice, especially when you lose 5-0.
I don't know how it works. They sit around a table and decide, or if teams submit. Like, I mean, seriously, I don't know how that gets decided. But you would think there's some kind of a formula in deciding schedules.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you go to Sarnia, it makes sense to go to Windsor a couple days later, right? You try to do that, but and how some teams play each other more, and I don't know how that works, but I'm glad I'm not around that table.
That's a big job. I punched that into ChatGPT and let them figure
it out.
Right,
yeah, maybe they should.
That's a whole lot of organizing. And then all the other arenas. Unfortunately, we don't get too many. Hopefully, fingers crossed that some events that end up coming, but you got to plan around events in other arenas, especially London's arena. There seems like there's an A-lister there every other night. Just saw Anthrax and Megadeth.
Yeah, I kind of wish I'd have got to go. I know you invited me. I'm kind of regretting not taking up on that.
I had a blast. I went by myself and I just rocked out.
Oh, you were all by yourself?
I did, all by myself. It was awesome.
You were a rocker.
I did.
Were you doing it? Were you doing it? Were you
of course. Yeah, they were
banging your head.
They'd be mad if you didn't. You should have heard them up there.
Good for you. I love that you're traveling around and doing your thing. You do lots of hockey adventures in there too. But
mainly.
Any plans to get back to Washington?
I eventually, sure. I hope so. I kind of put it on the back burner there.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, especially with
Jersey or Washington. 6-7, 6-7.
With the Olympic loss, I was a little
can't
sour
wait to do
about
my
crossing
comedy
the border.
routine. I'm doing comedy out at the Forest Golf Club. And when I say I'm doing comedy, there's me and about 9 others. It's amateur comedy, Forest Golf Club, and then this is their 3rd year doing it. And I got invited back. I didn't apply. They said, please come back. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess they must like me then.
Perfect.
So
you brought the crowd.
This will probably be my final appearance in doing that. I shouldn't say that.
Until you're at Yuck Yucks in Montreal.
Right. You know me. I'm always up to doing something new, right? But I've had a lot of fun with it. And I say every year, I don't I'm obviously not shy on a microphone or in front of a camera, but am I funny? That's just the key in it all, right? I know you laugh at me all the time, but you're laughing at me.
No.
Yeah,
it was a great routine, both times.
Yeah.
I might have them recorded somewhere.
Oh, really?
I might. I'd have to go back.
I have them.
Do you?
I have them. Yeah, I don't want them on Facebook, though, because I was... This one...
Crude humor.
You might be able to put this one on Facebook.
Okay.
We'll see.
Keeping it family friendly.
Right. Well, no. We'll see.
PG-16.
If you want to go to Forest Golf Club and in on Facebook and reserve your table. Tickets are free, so if you do come out and I suck, didn't cost you anything.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? Now it's going to go really bad. Okay, Stingo. Did you get your card?
I did. I grabbed one at the
They're
door.
playing Stingo here tonight.
I didn't get a bingo dabber, though.
I thought, I will steal you a marker. I got a pen. But I thought this was a pretty cool idea. They got a table next to us here where they've got all kinds of stuff you can win. Like, so if Caden Coyne gets an assist, you mark it down. And Sting get a shorthanded goal. Mark it down. Wouldn't that be great? Beckham Edwards goal.
That'd be a
Mitch
tough
Young
one to
assist.
get.
So what a cool idea. So kudos to the Sarnia Sting crew here that comes up with these creative ideas.
Keeps you looking. Keeps
You
you
paying attention to the game. Well, I think that was
Go on the
part of
CHL
what
app
it is,
if you missed an assist, too. I know those.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard. Gets passed around a couple times. You don't know who last touched it.
Right.
CHL.
It's just another example, though, of what the staff do around here to engage it.
Oh, yeah.
I know Connor is negotiating his contract currently with the Sarnia Sting to be paid royalties for his appearance on the Jumbotron.
Right. The contract's on the table.
3 times every game.
We haven't come to an agreement yet. I haven't
Yeah.
found that middle ground, but, I'm still
All right.
pushing for
Well, just don't forget who discovered you.
Okay.
Get my royalties of 0. Yeah.
I haven't even got a hot dog this year.
I know, right? You probably do for something. Yeah. The Sting have been out there all warmed up, back in the locker room now. They'll be coming out, probably about 10 minutes time. We'll have that all set. It's repetitive, but they got to come out the gate like a horse, and they're going to have to do that really hard because, there's still several that are off hurt, most of who was off the other day. It's too bad Hari's off because I'd like to see him back out there.
Yeah, it was tough to see him out. We got to see one game out of him after the Ryan Brown trade, and as soon as he came back, I think he had 6 points in 6 games, so he was on a roll, and to see him go down with another injury, it's tough. When no one, especially at this time of year and after what he just came back from it, who wants to see that? And
right.
Hoping he gets back before the end of the season, but you've only got so much time now.
Just before we wrap up, I want to ask you another thing, Connor. I've talked to a lot of people, in the arena of hockey, and would it be fair to say that it's nice to see the Sarnia Sting haven't given up? There's still a high work ethic out there. They need to get gelling.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? There's still that out there?
Definitely. I think you saw that on Sunday's afternoon's game. There was a lot of fighting them to the very last minute. No one wants to lose. I'm sure they're sick of it, and they're giving it their all. It may not be working, but it's not for lack of trying, and they are giving it their all. Great to see Brenner Lamons out there. I think really coming into his own and getting comfortable.
Kind of expected from him now, don't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's a fan favorite at this point.
Yeah.
It'd be really nice to see the jump that he takes next summer, and maybe he puts a few pounds on and a few inches and just begins to start bullying players, because I think he seems to enjoy that a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got to come out of the gate here if they're going to do anything. And again, those special teams really are a key factor in winning this here. There's a lot of factors, but I think that's going to be another big point of making it work here for the Sarnia Sting. Hopefully. Time will tell at the end of the first period. You're going to come back, right?
Yeah, certainly.
And maybe we should see if we can get Jay Peckham to join you.
He was interested when you were up here. So.
Oh, okay.
He said if you were late, and I said, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no,
so.
I actually meant to text him and say you guys could have done the pregame, but maybe we'll save that one for Friday.
Sure.
We'll let you guys do it. I'll let you guys do it all. I'll just come over here, and when you're done, you can just press stop. I'll go sit over in your seat.
Glorified button pusher,
right? I'll go sit in your seat and watch the hockey game.
Perfect.
All right. I got to tell you, I love coming here and being able to talk to people. I get to do so many things in the community. This is one of my favorite by far. And Connor, you and Jay Peckham and everybody else supporting over the years. It's quite a journey. And I'm getting better at spelling sports. I got the P and the T in there now.
Just got to get that middle part.
Just got to get the middle part in there. But hang around you guys long enough, and I won't need you anymore. I won't need you anymore.
Right. You pass me on to the next guy.
Thanks to Hughes Intelligence Canada, of course, and also our friends at Joe's Discount Tire for all the support here at Beyond the Boards. And all of you, please click the share button around so, honestly, we can get more attention. We'd really appreciate that.
We're craving it.
That's right. So coming back at the end of the first period, these guys will be here. I'm going to take a break.